Hello and welcome everyone to the Bronze League tier list. It is very important to talk about this as well because we get a bigger picture of how players are doing. Is it like true or not? Do I agree with it, etc, etc. First civilization gonna be in F tier. It's gonna be Abbasid, then Jeanne d'Arc, then Rus, and then Mongols. So far, it all makes sense. Then Delhi, that's pretty much makes sense, and China. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna double check. But I'm pretty sure in Bronze League, Abbasid players are going with economical wing. Yes, the most picked wing into the feudal is actually economic wing, and they lose a lot in feudal. I can tell you that there is a 22% win rate. The 22% win rate, which is 209 games, ended in feudal with the economic wing. So overall, economic wing has a 46.6% win rate. Military has 48, culture has 53, and trade wing has 39% win rate. So overall, Bassett has 47.3% win rate, and people just struggle to make villagers, right? And Bassett is all about to make villagers, to make your TC, to make villagers. So that's all about the civilization is. Gold Leaguers really have a problem of keeping villagers produced non-stop. So that's why I'm saying that it makes sense that Gold League players are struggling with Abbasid, since for them it's really hard to make villagers non-stop. Why JD? JD because you need to keep alive your JD non-stop. Otherwise, you don't have anything extra. You can't buff your buildings. You can't level up JD when it's constantly dead. And sadly, low legend heroes have their JD non-stop being dead. Then Rus is kind of complicated, to be honest, with the pro scouting or the fast castle, the 2TC. But I'm really curious where Rus players are dying most of the time when being played by bronze players, because that's very, very interesting as well. So Golden Gate and Kremlin, both of them has only 47% win rate. There are 304 and 236 game ended in feudal. Both is 30.5% and 25% win rate with Kremlin. That's insane. The wins are coming when the Rus player managed to get to Imperial, because in Imperial they have 46 and 56.4 and 56.6% win rate. But they are losing non-stop in Castle and Feudal. So Castle as well, 40% win rate and 44% win rate. So that's why I'm saying it. Rus, even though it doesn't have this little mini game, what they used to have, it's still very important to know how to position your villagers, keep your villagers non-stop on what is that, on deer or boar, move around, do not lose knights. You don't have feudal knight healing like French, horse archer micro. But when they reach to Imperial, they have a less problem of losing the games, which makes sense because you unlock the Special Tower or the High Armory, and you can spam Siege non-stop. So yeah, that's for Rus. So to be honest, it makes sense that the win rate is very low as well. Then we have Mongols. Well, Mongols just, complicated. It has buildings that need to move. You need to move your TC in a correct way. You need to Darkish Tower Rush. If your Darkish Tower Rush fails, it's gonna be really hard to play it now. Requires a lot of micro. Delhi, again, you need to remind yourself to put the upgrades in, because if you don't remind yourself to get your upgrades in, then the civilization, well, why do you even play the civilization bit, right? Ooh, Delhi is fully red. Tower of Victory has 40% win rate. Dome of the Fate into Compound of Defender has 39.9% win rate. So it's under 40% win rate. That's kind of crazy. Not gonna lie. And Delhi, when players are playing Delhi, they are losing feudal. So both Tower of Victory and Dome of Fate losing in feudal with 27 and 31% win rate. But Delhi players have an insanely huge win rate in Imperial with both Hisar Academy and Palace of the Sultan with 60% and 70% win rate, which again, why does it make sense? Because if you reach Imperial, you have passive income, and bronze players are really relied on passive income, because then it's fine if they forget to make villagers. China, just like how I mentioned in Gold League as well. But I recorded the Gold League first because it's kinda middle-ish. It's one of the middle child. It's just complicated. China players are playing farms around TCs, not supervising buildings at all. It's just like HRE. All right, next civilizations we're gonna talk about is gonna be between 47.5 to 48.9% win rate. Is gonna be Byzantine, one of the civilization, but it's not the number one. Give me a second. 48.9 is gonna be actually Ottoman. Wait, is it 48? Yeah. Wow. Okay, this is gonna be crazy. So Ottoman, Gene. Okay. Ottoman, Gene, English. That's gonna be a lot of civilization here. Tukluk. All these civs have insanely very bad win rate. Malian and Byzantine. Wow, that's crazy. But you will see what the actual really strong and good civilizations very soon. But these civilizations have between 47.5 to 48.9% win rate. China, just let you know, has 43% win rate. Ouch. So why these civilizations have very low win rate? Even though some of the civilizations have passive income, like Malian, requires a lot of micro and understanding how to use your army correctly. Meanwhile, SA or B tier civilization will have passive income or very strong army, and it doesn't require a lot of brain power to actually play with them. Byzantine is actually in C tier in Bronze League, which is kind of crazy. Okay, I need to give an applause to the bronze players because that's crazy that Byzantine made it to C tier. Compared to, I think, was it gold or platinum that was constantly in F tier? So, Bronze League players, you guys have PhD because you guys can play with Byzantine, but also Malian in C tier as well, which is not bad for the Bronze League players. Tuklak, multiple TC, keeping feudal, English 2 TC. Whoa, Sengoku in C tier as well, so they can kind of keep alive. I mean, it makes sense because the enemy has no brain capacity to non-stop harass the Yatai, and the Yatai is passive income, right? Ottoman also passive income with the military school, but their games end in feudal, most of the games that they are playing. Jin, well, it's a new civilization. Bronze players will have a hard to understand, and also they're gonna have a hardest problem to make villagers non-stop, and they can have like 10-minute idle TC, which is really bad because you need to make those villagers, especially if they are mounted villagers. So next year is gonna be 49 to 49.9. Okay, 49.9. Oh, it's gonna be only one civilization here? That's crazy. It's gonna be House of Lancaster. So House of Lancaster with the 2 TC. But I'm gonna check if it's actually because of the 2 TC style with the 1 mana 2 TC and but yeah, oh okay. Okay, so it is the 2 TC into White Tower actually. So Lancaster Castle has 49% win rate and Able Kings has 49.3% win rate. And when they are rushing to Imperial, Imperial win rates are crazy. 62, 53, 61, and 50% win rate. So they are losing the games in Feudal because Lancaster Castle has 41% win rate and Abbey of Kings has 41% win rate. So when Lancaster player decides to stay in Feudal longer, the average time are 16 to 15 minutes. So when they are staying in Feudal, they are losing the games. And when they go to King's College, let's say AB of Kings into King's College, they have 36% win rate. Or when they go AB of Kings into White Tower, they have a 44% win rate. But when they go Lancaster Castle into White Tower, the win rate just gets higher for them into like 50%. So this is kind of crazy, to be honest, because so it is the TTC, and again, these players are doing way much better in Imperial, which makes sense because Berkshire is again another keep landmark, and Vingar Palace just makes units non-stop without even thinking. And again, as I mentioned, both White Tower and Berkshire Palace gives you protection, and that's what bronze players really do need when they are playing their games. So next year is going to be 50 to 50.9%, which is going to be 2 civilization, and that's going to be very, very interesting. This 2 civilization, what? Wow. Okay, so Zhu Xi is here, by the way, in B tier, which makes sense because Zhu Xi is very, very easy to play right now. I'm very curious, before the landmark rework, how good Zhu Xi were. So we're gonna check back to February in bronze. It was 47%. So the landmark change to Zhu Xi was actually insanely healthy for the bronze players because it pushed the civilization up to 50%, 50.1% for like 47%. So 3 extra percent. That's crazy. That means bronze players are winning their games more often now, playing with Zhu Xi. Wow, that's crazy to see. That's very, very crazy. Oh lol. And HRE, most of the players HRE was like DC or F tier, right? When they check the other divisions, other leagues. And I am not sure. Can bronze players really do well with prelates? It kind of doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it does make sense because they just need to put the prelate inside Archangel, right? And let's see. So into feudal, they have 44.7 and 42.5% win rate. But when they reach to imperial, the win rate goes 62.8, 64.1, 50, and 50.5% win rate. When they go to burger, they have better win rate than going into Regnitz Cathedral. Regnitz Cathedral gives 38% win rate, and Burger gives 50% win rate. So bronze players really do enjoy Archangel. Archangel has 51.1% win rate, which again, it makes sense because they just put the Archangel and they just make forms. They are not making extra prelates to buff their villagers. They just, ooh, and listen to this. Actually, Arkan into Asbach has how many? 64% win rate, but also let's see, Regnitz into Palace of Swabia is, wait, where is it? I can't really find it. Oh, it's here. It also has 62.8%. So Palace of Swabia, for some unknown reason, has very, very good win rate together with Archangel. Wow, that's funny to see. Kind of interesting and funny to see. So Archangel makes sense. You just put one prelate. After that, you don't make prelates. You don't micro. You don't macro. You don't do anything. Grab your castle and you're just gonna enjoy the game. Just gonna have fun. This is crazy to see because when we are talking about the civilizations, we need to consider the opponent civilization as well, right? So if the opponent doesn't make villagers and I don't make villagers, but I have an Archangel that non-stop supervises my villagers, and I'm gonna have the 35 or 40% faster getter rate, that's kind of very, very important in many situations. Next one is gonna be 51 to 51.9%, which is gonna be only one civilization. Oh lol, okay. The win rates are so weird in bronze. So it's going to be only one civilization in A tier, which is going to be French with 51.3% win rate. Faster bridger making knights. Many bronze player doesn't know how to beat knights, even though you just need to make spearman. But bad positioning, losing bridger, and you forgot to make bridgers because you are getting raided non-stop. And yeah, the School of Cavalry win rate is 51.5, meanwhile Chamber of Commerce is 49% win rate. And Imperial French is crazy. 58.9, 56, 58.7, and 55.9% win rate. But when they stayed in castle, so when French players stayed in castle, they actually losing a lot of games. They have 42.8 and 43.2% win rate when they stayed in castle, which means if you can't kill French players in feudal, but their feudal win rate is really good, then you have an easy win against them in castle. For some other reason, I'm really curious why. I did not watch any games here compared to like Gold League players and their castle games. But it's very, very interesting to know that in Castle Age, French players actually losing their games, or when they go Chamber of Commerce and they stay in feudal. Oh, so when French players go Chamber of Commerce and they stay in feudal, they have 27% win, 28% win rate. So if you see the enemy French player goes Chamber of Commerce, you can kill them in feudal. Or when they go to castle, you also have an easy time to kill them because, as I said, their early castle games are horrible. They are just losing it. Ooh, that's crazy. Now let's see the S tier civilization. First one is gonna be the Knights Templar, then the Golden Mode, then the Macedonian, then the OOTD, then the IUB. Wait, what? Japanese. Wait, I need to think. Okay, you know what? I need to check which wing they are aging up with because that's crazy. Is it because of relics that they grab the relics, or because it's because of the dervish? I'm curious if it's the actually listen to this. Is the dervish the games when the games finishes in feudal, they have 71% win rate. That's insane. So dervish overall has 60.4% win rate. Industrial wing, which is just 400 extra wood, has 55% win rate. Advisors has 56.4 and Bazaar has 55.6% of win rate. And wow, like I can tell you that whenever they age up with logistic into other ages, like let's say logistic into reinforce and logistic into industry, etc., they are just winning games. There is no losing games. It's insane. So logistic is still so good. That's what I keep yapping, that dervishes, like devs are nerfing dervishes just a little bit always, like a little bit chopping off from dervishes. But I can tell you that dervishes are still insanely strong. They are insanely broken still. So example, mass heal reduced from 2 health per second to 1.5 health per second. But that doesn't mean any, like it doesn't matter because Dervish mass heal now scales to 1.75 health per second in Castle and 2 in Imperial. So even though they nerfed a little bit Dervishes, they are still insanely good. Because in Bronze League, they are just winning games for free. For free! That's insane to see. And also, Advancement Wing, which is their 2TC, very, very fast 2TC style, wins games as well. It has 41.4%, but again, industry has 55% win rate. Holy moly, that's crazy to see that IOB do so well in Bronze League because there are so many like small things that's so broken. Like example, as I mentioned, Dervish. Okay, that's crazy. So Dervish gives the huge W to IOB. Well, Japanese is easy to understand. They have Manatom in feudal and also farms. So recently I played one Japanese game on the stream and people were like they couldn't get they didn't understand how I'm making like 2,000 gold per minute. But I aged up with the Buddhist monk and I just made Buddhist monk and I was generating gold like a crazy madman. But in Bronze League, they actually Fast Castle. Whoa, Fast Castle has 56.1% win rate overall of 55.5. Of course, when they try to go to Coca Township players reducing the win rate of Japan. Kora Storehouse being picked 95%, Coca Township 5%, and that 5% of the players are bringing down the win rate, and Kora Storehouse players are bringing the win rate up. Also, Temple of Equality has 53%, Floating Gate has 56.1, and their Imperial Age is huge W. Tanegashima Gunsmith with 60 and 59% win. Jesus, it's crazy. So the overall win rate of Tanegashima Gunsmith is 60%. The Castle of the Crow is 54.9%. So Fast Castle Japanese players are actually bringing the win rate up like crazy. They have 11-minute age time, 11.3, which means they can age up very, very fast to castle, and they are not being punished. So it's both feudal gaming as well as I see. No, sorry, their feudal actually has only 46.8% win rate. So in feudal, looks like Japanese players are losing a lot of games because 46.8% win rate. Meanwhile, when they are going into castle, the win rate is insanely high. Mounted Samurais, I hate you guys. I hate Mounted Samurai. OOTD, well, because OOTD is really good in feudal as well, but I'm really curious if the feudal win rates are good for OOTD. Actually 49.2 and 46.2, but when they go to burger, it has a total of 54.7. Ragnis has 60.6% win rate. Is it because of the passive resources they get? And also, Myver Palace has higher win rate compared to Arkenchapel. 56.7. I mean, Arkenchapel 54% win rate. It's still good because it makes sense. It boosts your villagers. But it's so weird to see that Myver Palace does so well in Gold League. And also, Myver Palace is the most picked landmark. It's a 63 to 36%. That's insane. Wow. Wowie. And also their Imperial, they are just free winning in Imperial because the OOTD Gilded Hand Cannoneers are just a freebie. But seeing Ragnis Cathedral, I mean, the reason behind that because bronze players are not really picking up relics, right? So the enemy player is not picking up relic. You have to pick up relic because you went up with the Ragnis Cathedral. So it kind of makes sense. It does. Yeah, nice. Wow. Then we have Macedonia, Golden Horde, and KT. Macedonia because of the Fast Imperial. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why their win rate is so high. Because of Fast Imperial. As it loads in, I can tell. Yes, it's the same thing as like Gold League. It's the Fast Imperial. Okay, I don't even need to check. Imperial Hippodrome into Fast Imperial. Then Golden Horde is gonna be the Batukan and the Feudal Tower push into very, very fast castle when they are doing just a little bit of damage and they just go to castle. Yes, oh my god. Muscovy Yasak has 61.5% win rate. It's insane. Overall 60. Relic Ubus has also 59. And the age up time is 56. So they age up into the correct time into feudal. They make Khan and Torgud. Khan and Torgud has 65% pick rate. So they make Khan and Torgud. They age up into Muscovy Yasak. So they have a lot of ranged armor. They make Manatoms and just win the game with a little bit of feudal aggression. Okay, gold players. Let's see you guys. You guys are doing good. And I think the only civilization now we need to talk about is going to be actually the Knights Templar. The Knights Templar, oh, it's very, very divided. Hospitaller has 42.8, Kingdom of France has 36.3, and Antioch has 20.9% pick rate, not win rate, pick rate. So when players picked Kingdom of France or Hospitaller, their win rate is actually low compared to Antioch, because when Feudal ends, Antioch has 55.5. When Kingdom of France ends, it's 50% win rate, and when Knights Hospitaller ends, it's 53.2% win rate. So looks like Hospital and France, like France has the lowest win rate when the game ends in feudal, but the rest of the games has a crazy amount of win rate, because they go to TC, into the TC, they just spam keeps all over the map, and people trying to make ramps and trying to bring down the keeps with ramps. Well, they still haven't learned that you need to make trebuchet or a lot of units to make sure you can bring down that keep for sure. But anyway, that was the bronze tier list. I hope you learned a lot. Those civilizations looks like the most easiest as well to play with. So if you have any of those DLCs, or if you just have the base game and you like French or HRE, then feel free to play them. It's really good. I'm very happy to talk about these, and see you guys with the next one, Taylor Edition.